And now I would like to continue with defining the project. So, in learning objectives for learning defining the project is to recognize the importance of a complete scope statement acceptable to your customer as a condition for project success. Secondly, we would like to lay out the guidelines for creating a work breakdown structure, or better known as WBS, for a project. And thirdly, to demonstrate the importance of WBS to the management of projects and how it serves as a database for planning and control. So first of all, defining the project. First step is to define the project scope. Secondly is to establish the project priorities. Third is to create the work breakdown structure. Fourth, integrate the WBS with the organization. And number five is to code the WBS for the information system. Right. So defining the project scope, we like to know the definition for project scope. It is where the end result or the mission of the project or service for the client customer is defined in specific, tangible, and measurable terms. The purpose of scope statement is to clearly define the deliverables for the end users and to focus the project on a successful completion of its goals. And it is to be used for the project owner and participants as a planning tool for measuring project success. The project scope checklist should have these 6 items. First, the project objective. Second, the deliverables. Third, the milestones. Fourth, technical requirements. Fifth, limit and exclusions. Number 6, reviews with customers. The project scope terms and definitions, also called as statement of works. Alright, the project charter can contain an expanded version of scope statement. It's a document that authorizes the project manager to initiate and lead the project. The scope creep is the tendency for the project scope to expand over time due to changing requirements, specifications, and priorities. Step 2, establishing project priorities. These causes the project trade-offs. It achieves the relative importance of criterions related to cost, time, and performance parameters. The budget, the schedule, and the performance are defined here. Managing the priorities of project trade-offs, the constraint, a parameter of a fixed requirement, it enhances optimizing a criterion over others, and accept by reducing or not meeting a criterion requirement. Project management trade-off can be consists of 3 elements: the scope, the cost, and the time. Okay, sometimes when you think too much about cost controlling, it could jeopardize the scope. At the same time, it could jeopardize the time. If you control time too much, it could also jeopardize the cost. It could also jeopardize the scope. So in managing these 3 elements, it has to be controlled and planned well so that the trade-off would benefit more than results in a trade-offs. Okay, priority metrics, you can see that from this table that the priority can be tabulated and concerned. Step number 3 is creating the work breakdown structure by using a hierarchical outline map that identifies the products and work elements involved in the project. How? It is done by defining the relationship of the final deliverables of the project to its sub-deliverables and in turn their relationships to work packages. best suited for design and build projects that have tangible outcomes rather than process-oriented projects. So this is what we call as hierarchical breakdown of work breakdown structure. Why hierarchy? It starts from the highest level to the lowest level. Okay, you can see that from the highest level, it goes down to a lower hierarchy from project to deliverables to sub-deliverables to lower sub-deliverable to the cost account and lastly to the work package. And each hierarchy has its own tangible deliverables that needs to be achieved. Okay, so how WBS helps the project manager? It facilitates evaluation of cost, time, and technical performance of the organization on the project. It provides management with information appropriate to each organization level. It helps with the development of organization breakdown structure, OBS, which assigns project responsibilities to organizational units and individuals. It helps manage plan, schedule, and budget. It defines communication channels and assists in coordinating the various project elements. So this is an example of a structure of a work breakdown structure. So you can see that from level 1, it goes down to level 2, it goes down to level 3, and level 4, level 5. And each time it goes down to lower hierarchy, it becomes much more detailed, and it goes to the lowest granularity, to the lowest granules. Okay, so work packages is the lowest level of WBS. It is output oriented in that where it defines work, it identifies time to complete work package, which is how long. It identifies a time-phase budget to complete a work package. It identifies resources needed to complete a work package. It identifies the person responsible for the unit and identifies monitoring points for measuring success. Great. Step number 4, integrating WBS with organization. So how do we integrate OBS with WBS? By depicting how the firm is organized to discharge its work's responsibility for a project. OBS and WBS provide a framework to summarize organization work unit performance. Also, it identifies organization units responsible for work packages, and it ties the organizational units to cost control accounts. This is how it looks. Okay, the integration of OBS and WBS. Okay, step number 5, coding the WBS for information system. WBS coding system defines the levels and elements of WBS, the organization elements, work packages, budget and cost information, and allows report to be consolidated at any level of organization structure. So this is example of coding. You can see it cascaded at each level, right? This is level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and if you look at the lowest granularity, it gets to the cost account. Right, we should stop here and proceed with resource metrics later.